Welcome to Sidechain Productions. This tutorial, we're going to go through some dub, techno, hypnotic kind of. We're going to be making most of the sounds from the actual kick noise. We're going to be sending it or feeding it into return channels, and we'll see what we can come up with. This is a really experimental way to make your own sounds, and it can be pretty in-depth, but we'll try to keep this short. And I know with me, short for me is normally not a thing, but let's get into it. We'll set the key to G minor, and we'll delete these tracks because I don't want them there. They're just taking up space. And we're going to duplicate the return chain like so many times. We may as well start off with renaming these things. So we'll name that one bass, and after bass we're going to name it hi-hat, so HH. This one here we might set it to pads. Pads. This one we might have another pad, like intertwining with the other pad. Pad. Alright, so let's jump right into this. We want to load a DS kick into our, and DS kick you'll find it in instruments. It's Ableton's synthesizing kick. And because we're in G minor, we want to take this up 48.3, which will be G minor. So perfect. I want to write in this MIDI pad here to get the kick kind of going, get a bit of a beat going, because every sound is going to be routed off this kick. Let's take our master down on this to -8. So we'll leave headroom. We don't get any clipping. Want to set the headphones on and hit scale, even though this doesn't matter with the sound. Sorry. Now let's duplicate this over that. We want to move that forward just one. So let's shorten these all, and let's listen to this now. Kind of dubby. Bit of like a groove almost. And then what we want to do is we want to create an audio track, and we want to name this one sender. And we're going to be, the sound from this is going to be coming from the kick, so we'll set it to kick. We'll set it post effects. We'll set it to in, and we'll set it to sends only. Now this sound here will be, you'll see we'll have a blue signal coming through. If I solo this track, there's no sound coming through it at all. This is purely for when we want to drop the kick out and only have instruments and bass or hi-hats going. We're still going to be able to have the signal sending into these return chains. So this track is not going to be sending into the return chains, so we can actually disable all sends on that track. This one is going to be our sender. So let's jump into it. Let's start off with like making a bass noise. Actually, we might go into our audio effects, and we might chuck like a little bit of erosion, white noise. I'll chuck an EQ8 on here so we can just see what frequencies we're playing with. We want maybe, thinking around here, like 97.6. So 97.6. Don't go down that far. What a fool. Alright, let's send it up here more so we can have a bit of noise. 391. So 391. Perfect. Width. We'll just leave the width for now, but we'll feed the amount. That's okay, you know, that's not much, it's just a little bit, and that's what we want. So we might also chuck a saturator onto this noise, and we'll hit soft clip, feed a little bit of drive into there, EQ8 before the erosion and things, because what we want to do is, yeah, anything under 30 Hz we can brickball it. So we've still got the box of the kick. And around the 300 hertz mark, 306, that'll be fine. I'm just gonna take this down a little bit, and we don't want it to sound so boxy. So without it, with it, just livens it up just ever so slightly. So we're getting some high frequencies in here as well, which, you know, you chuck a utility on here, we'll set it to mono. You can't really, you know, the effects of it isn't really going to come through. It's great, it's what we want. But let's take this high end down a little bit. We don't really want the high end, really. So somewhere there. You know, as dub techno, we don't really want that clicky, poppy kind of sound. We just want a bit of a deep rhythm, and that's good. We can also chuck a drum bus on here, just to kind of, if we do want to give it a bit of crunch. Take the drive down, change the wet. We don't want to feed too much through. Now we can take away the drum bus. Might chuck that in before the EQ. And we'll change this to 48.3. Just a little bit. Can't really tell. There's not much going on there, which is great. Right. I think we're done with our kick now. We've got a little bit of modulation going on. Bit of like a chain sender. So let's start off with a bass sound, and we'll delete our reverb out, and we're going to start off with a spectral resonator. We want to set it to key, and we'll set this onto G2, and we'll put a delay on here as well. Might put the delay in first. Keep it at 3 for now, and if I feed into this chain, so we'll start off playing the kick. Now if I feed in using automation here, we'll take this down to G1. Nice. Then we can change the decay. Start off with that for now. Already, that's wicked, right? Now we can chuck a drum bus on this to give it some bass. Chuck an EQ8 on here to see what frequencies we're playing with. We want it to be around. We don't really want it to be clashing with the kick all as much, so we might set it to be up here, 96. So, let's see, 96. 90. Is 90 still in the G? No, it's not. We might set this on 48 as well. Even 49. Let's see, 49. Alternatively, you can be like what I have, and I have It's going to be like quite heavy at the moment. If I do this, I'll probably have to send this track into an audio and record it and then add this in. But I've got Bass Shaper by WA Productions here. What we can do is... Oh, too much. Sorry about that. Got clipping going on. Terrible. Right. What we need to do, and I should have done this first, and we'll do it on every channel, is chuck a limiter onto it. We'll set this to -1. Now it's not going to be... We'll turn this down, like... Deep dive or dark depths. That's a better frequency. So now if we solo our bass track, it's not bad, right? Like, what we can do is cut it to be under there. I think that's like pretty good. And obviously what we will do as well is we'll chuck a utility on here. Don't want any phase issues coming in later. Might brick this wall, brick wall it under 25 Hertz. Just open up those sub frequencies. So we've already got a lot going on in this G1, which is where our spectral resonator, the G1, which is great because that's not going to be clashing so much with the kick. We'll leave a bit of room there for frequencies. I would like this to be sitting down more, and I would like the kick to be around the 60 Hertz, but I think then we're running in like a B minor chord. So we'll leave this going on like this for now. I think with the bass, it's not bad. Chuck a compressor on here, and we'll set our compressor to be external. We'll send our input from our kick. Just to add a bit of easy sidechaining, we'll bring the threshold down. See here, I want to kind of somewhere there. Now it's kind of bouncing around the kick, giving it a bit of like a hypnotic feeling, which is great. Now let's jump into some hi-hats. We'll delete the reverb. On this for now. I might take away the bass actually, and we'll just keep it going. Then in our hi-hat section here, I think the first thing we're gonna do is add a delay on here. Let's do 1. Let's feed. That in. Chuck a EQ on there as well. We won't use the EQ yet. We'll use that after. What we're going to do is chuck a vocoder on here. Now what we can do is brick wall our hi-hats. Change the release. Now we've made like a bit of like a hi-hat sound. I like it. Now what I do like to do with the sound as well is add an auto filter on it. A little bit of resonance. and set it to a triangular wave, set it on triplets, LFO amount. Might slow this down to 4s, so for every 4 beats. Like, for now, that's fine. We can change our formant up. And then with the bass going on top. Chuck a compressor. Should just use the same compressor from the pick actually. It's on 2 for the ratio. Change the attack. But like echoey, hypnotic, you know, it's a little bit different. We can instead change our delay to like be seconds. That's pretty funky. It's got something going with it, right? Maybe we could chuck a bit of reverb on here. Take the size down. That's pretty cool. I've got the raw feature. We've got some presets from Audio Drift, Audio React. Bloody legends, man. We could find like a hi-hat enhancer, which I've got some here. Morph bass, feedback, clap enhancer. This could sound crazy, because it sometimes does, trust me. Maybe put the reverb after that. I like it. Right, let's make some pads. Chuck a resonator into here. Turn the filter off. We don't need no filter. Put this on, maybe on the G2. Set this to 3 semitones, 5 semitones, 7 semitones, and 11 semitones. Let's send it in. Maybe 10 semitones. And 3, 5, 7, 10. Probably not right. Probably sounds off to many people, but I like it. That's what matters when we make music, is not what other people like, it's what we like ourselves. So we can even chuck a spectral resonator after that if we want. Set this onto the G3. Chuck the unison amount. There we go. We've instantly got a pad. It's a bit repetitive. We could chuck an auto filter on here. We could actually high pass it, bring it back down, set it to triangular, set it to triplets, and we could make this like a over 8 bars. We could set the envelope. MS2. Now, just ramp it up. It's only going to go upwards. It's maybe 4 right now. Got a wee bit of like fluctuation in our low end going on after that, so we'll chuck in an EQ. Let's smooth it out with some reverb as well. Nice. I think that's actually pretty cool. Now if we play this with every other sound. With this pad, I'm thinking we should chuck a phaser flanger on it as well. Set it to flanger. Now it's kind of moving around a bit. Set it on the 4 rate. Let's chuck a utility on here. We'll just bring the width down a little bit. We don't want phasing issues going on later. Now we'll chuck a limiter on this channel. Set it to -1. We'll use the same limiter on the hats as well. Now, with these return chains, we can enable the sends, enable the sends, enable sends. Now we can feed the bass into itself. And listen to this. Pretty cool, right? So we can actually automate our bass here. We might have it going like this. It's different, right? And then we can feed our hi-hats into our bass too if we want it. Or we could feed our bass into our hi-hats and it'll make our hi-hats go off around that same time. So go like this. Set it over 2 bars. Start making a bit of a groove with, we can get the delay here, and we can set the delay frequency. So for instance, we're going like this. So that's the trick I love to do, is just over 1 bar here. Pretty fun. Use compression. Use our limiter here. Stop. Stop those frequencies bleeding through. Set this to -1 anyway. -1. It's a bit intense. Pretty intense, you know. Maybe bring this down to 4, maybe even. Double it. Adding a little bit of change, right? Variation. Now for the second pad, I'm thinking with this pad, we're going to go a little bit different. I'm going to put a delay onto this pad. We'll set it on maybe fifths. And what we will do, and I am going to use a VST, like a plugin for this one. Eventide. I highly recommend getting Eventide's plugins. They're just a different level. I might bring this one down to a lower frequency. Oh, that kind of goes with the bass, right? So the cool thing is, what do we got with the bass? It's on the 3. And if we low pass this, took away all bottom low frequencies under like 138, now it's like a mid bass. And this bass, if we high pass this, or anything over that, then if we chuck in our limiter, utility, and compressor, chuck those into this, and if we turn this, and now because we don't actually need to, we might bring the width down on it. Now these basses are kind of interplaying with each other. I might name this one here like sub bass. We'll name this one res bass. I know we went a bit off topic here. We're trying to make another pad and we got stuck making a sub bass. That's how it goes, you know, that's really how it goes. Let's add some erosion into the respace, some white noise. pull these frequencies down. Let's see what frequencies we're playing with. G2. We might make this one into the G3 again, or maybe even the G4, which will be 765. So we want to go 765. Maybe add some width. Chuck the utility last. Just adds a little bit like of character to it. But what I do want to do now is I want to get a compressor. And let's see if I can... I think we'll keep with our sub bass. We'll put this compressor onto the res bass. And we'll sidechain this to the sub bass. See, it's all happening a bit crazy, sporadic. Filter off. Really be turning this filter off too. I think hi-hats are just sounding a bit off. Maybe these hi-hats need to be on thirds. So let's delete this automation that we've got going on. That sounds alright. I don't really like the frequency right now. Maybe we can... I think the raw feature... it's kind of taking it off the frequency that we're actually running with. So let's turn low off with the hats. Let's change mids to the frequencies. We need to find what frequencies we're running with. So we've got G5, which will be 1.55, 1.55, 1.550. No. 1550, maybe? Yep. And then that'll be our mids. Let's see what we've got going up at the top. 3008. So let's go to the highs and we'll go 3008. 3001. See, that's still in the 3007. Even. Now it's not so out the gate. And the dry wet down a bit. We want a little bit of control on these hats, I think. We've just got a bit too much going on in the stereo field, and I don't want that happening. Really important to adjust your width in these stereo fields, and it helps tremendously when you do this, but when you want to bring energy up, you know, you come into after a drop and you might want like high energy, that you might want it to sound alive, and you just go take it off, you add some stereo width into it, you know, that's really what it's about. Especially with this genre, small subtle changes like that really makes a difference. So we've got our pad here. Let's add another pad as we were going to do before. And I'm thinking with this pad, we might just set a spectral resonator on it. We still want our delay. Put our delay first. We're just going to feed into it. We might turn all the other sounds off. And we'll get back to this. We'll rename this pad Pad 2. And let's change our key to be like G4. Oh, shit. Bring it down. G2. G2. Unison. And erosion. We're working with. Let's find what frequency we're working with again. Know this off by heart, but I have a bloody brain like a fish sometimes. So 394. Let's set this to be 394. Subtle change, and then what we're going to do is we'll add our auto filter. Might have this auto filter set here. We'll put it on ramp down. No. Let's just set it on a triangular. So it's like fluctuating over time. Put this on like a 4 maybe. Turn the resonance up. Chuck another auto filter on here. This time we want to high pass it. We want to set it to triplets. And I think this one we'll do a ramp up. It's not really sounding quite right. So let's stop it. Let's see what's happening here. Start it from the beginning. Put our pads on. It's not quite right. So let's set it on 5. Let's go dotted. We haven't synced. Let's sync it. Hear that clicking? We don't want that clicking. Let's see what we can do with our EQ here. That's a low. Low and high here. See if we take out our low. We don't want our pads messing with our low end anyway. Let's chuck a utility on here. Turn our width down. Chuck a reverb on before the utility. Let's high pass it as well, and we want to playing in between the frequencies here, so let's see what we can. I like that. Now let's go to Eventide and crystals. Turn it on sync. Enable sends. We definitely need to put a limiter on this before we go any further, so it's going to maybe add a little bit craziness to it. Let's feed into itself. So we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're already up to 5. Can actually feed this pad now into it as well. Let's feed this one into the other sound. We'll feed this one into itself as well. Now they're both feeding into it themselves. Right down. What we can do on this one, come back to the spectral resonator. Maybe add some unison. Already got the utility. I like it. You know, that sounded really like dubby, hypnotic. Now, what we can do, feed our sub bass. Feed our sub bass into itself. Just to add a bit of character coming up. So like automation with this. Might have it slowly coming up. Like this. Might start it off as well. Feed this one into our sub bass, which will make it even crazier. I know that pad's sounding a bit out the gate right now. Bear with me. Our hi-hats. add some change and variation. Very subtle. Now, hear me out, right? This is what we've got so far. Because it's all being fed from the kick, the moment we change our kick, it changes everything else. So, let's set the amount of our erosion. We'll set it to like our saturators as well with drive. We could get really crazy. Even if we just add a little bit. You'd have it coming up to a high there. And if we put an EQ after this as well, shouldn't muck with the frequencies as much. I think that drive goes a little bit too much. That's good. Then we can actually have this on as well. Nice. And then with the kick itself, we've got saturation. We can set OTT to start off at the very beginning. We could have it like almost phasing. It's a bit too crazy here. Somewhere there. Now let's duplicate this section like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. The first section we're going to just won't deactivate it. We'll turn the speaker off here. Right, so now as you can see, got no kick, but all the other noises are going because of our sender. And what I like to do is add an EQ onto my main. This is a little hack. I'll set this to low pass like 120, 130. Give it a bit of gain. Add it up manually. Be somewhere like there. I'll set it to automate. And I'm going to have this set off here. So at the beginning, we've got our EQ. We probably don't even want to feed our sub bass in at the start, right? Like, no. Let's add some craziness. Now, what we can do, like this, we've pretty much got like, we've got bass, hi-hats, pads, and we can add reverb here. We really should be feeding this room reverb into, we'll set the delay down a little bit. We'll keep our dry wet at 100. Now what we can do as well is feed this reverb into the respace. So what channel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6, that's our reverb. Now we'll listen to this by itself. Also, and we might also do our hi-hats. Nice. This adds a little bit of character, keeps it from the same place. So like, now that we've done this, what we can do is we can start building a track on top of this using all different types of plugins. I've been working a lot with Audio React's wavetables. I purchased these off his website. You can do the same thing. For instance, we've got horns. Let's see what these horns are like. I better turn it down. They're loud as. Oh, that's like, you know, what are we going for? Techno, peak time, like, you can go for anything with this genre now, like. So, like, excuse me, here. It's pretty cool, right? Like, now you can build your track on top of our bass line. We can add chords in. So now we could like write out a melody that we wouldn't want to come in until maybe here. Consolidate it. We're working with G minor. Because it's dub techno, right? Like, we want to. I'm not enjoying that sound right there. Could just we can change the frequency on this to be even crazier. Or you could do like a lick of chords, right? You just get crazy with it. Like, you could build on top of this track now because we have our main sounds all based off the kick. So it's great for somebody that doesn't have samples. It's all running off stock Ableton plugins, minus our pad where we've got crush crystals on it. I was going to say crush station. You know, we can do anything now. And that's the great thing about it. There's really no limit to where you can push this. And I think that's very important when you're using stock Ableton plugins, how powerful they are, and the effects that you can really push from it. Like, you can make every sound sound different, same sound. And I think that's very important. See what now we can do here, like on top we can build again. Build. We could put a stab in here. Oh, I'm sorry about your ears. My ears are sore from that. Consolidate. Something like this, maybe. Start off, we go like this. Add another bass in here. Might have that going off there. Put another bass in here to like kind of react with that other one that we had. So now we can go like this. Nice. Set the frequency off here. Set automation. I want this noise deeper. Maybe that noise. So let's start off now, duplicate, make a little bit of like a tune to this. Might like have a mini drop here. Maybe put like another synth. See, it goes off twice. That could be pretty cool. We had one. Turn it down. Then what we can do is take our have this start in again. And then we can actually maybe run with a stab here. Nah. Maybe even another bass to like Now we can set this here, go like this. Duplicate this. Now we've got this. You have this going off again. I think really I've shown you guys everything that I need to show you from this. There's not really much else I can show you guys. Like, this is drawing inspiration for you guys. Once you like draw in your kick, send some return chains out, like that should be enough for you guys to get some really good inspiration going. Like, this whole melody, I just drawn it out of my head, and it's not too hard to like get this going, right? It's pretty easy, really. All using delay. It's very hypnotic. It's different. And it just gets you going. I haven't done any sidechaining, really. Which is what I should really be doing. And it's what I will be doing. Processing sounds afterwards. Draw your sounds in, get it where you want it, and then sidechain it. Do your processing. Then you can even, for instance, how our kick's going like this. Set it back to the 4 and 4 beat, take away from that dub. You can evolve it, you can make it work, you can do whatever you want, because at the end of the day, you're the producer, you're the artist, and that's how you speak, is through your music. So I'm just here, Sidechain Productions, Torso is my artist name. We're just trying to help by getting it out there, by showing you some of my processes and some of the effects and audio, way I use my audio, and it helps me build tracks from almost from nothing. So yeah, peace out, much love. I hope to see you guys in the next one. I think we're gonna keep diving deep into this kind of thing. It's really like effective in creating inspiration and just being free with it. It's another dimension, really. So take care, peace out, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Like, share, follow, subscribe, all the good stuff. Do what you can. We're going full. We're going big. So let's send it home. Peace.